Because we're not getting any feedback back here. Oh, look, now we're live. Oh. Yeah, keep playing that sad music, please.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, we do care about the situation. Yeah, we're not making fun of the situation. Let's yeah,
Absolutely.
we had some technical difficulties on the production side of things, which is why we are, yeah. You think after 3 years, Jude Ocanas would know to press live on YouTube? You would think, but it's okay. We're human, and mistakes happen. And like we were talking about, Mark said just committed one of the biggest mistakes ever.
I mean,
it's incredible. I mean,
just don't attack him. Just don't go into somebody's car and attack him. Like,
yeah. Also, don't do drugs.
Yeah,
because this is more beyond that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me
tell you something. Yeah. But anyways, to reiterate what was lost in the depths of the black hole of YouTube. Mark Sanchez, wild weekend. Began as a hero. Everybody was worried about him. He was stabbed in the hospital, and immediately, not a sneeze later, everybody finds out that he actually committed this.
Yeah.
And Ashton, like you were saying, the graphic pictures of the gentleman that was attacked, very serious thing. And like we were saying, this should not happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But moving on from sadness into even more sadness, we're going to talk about two teams that began as the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country and are now no longer ranked anywhere in any poll. Yes, no, please play it because it is utterly humiliating and sad. And we're talking about the Penn State Nittany Lions, who went into the Rose Bowl, a very empty Rose Bowl, let alone, and lost to a terrible UCLA team. And Nico LinkedIn, Nico Imaliava somehow pulled up the biggest upset in a long time for UCLA. And then there's Texas. Oh boy,
man,
where do we even begin with Texas? Heisman favorite Arch Manning lays an egg. The whole Texas offense lays an egg. Actually, I should say the whole Texas offensive line lays an egg. The defensive secondary lays an egg. I mean, this team, I cannot take any more of this utter pain. Ashton, as a fan of this team, I cannot.
Oh, I'm glad, because I do want to get something off my chest just a little bit. As an Ohio State fan, this should be a warning to the nation, right? I mean, Ohio State just won a national championship, and you wanted to put Texas, and no disrespect to you, I could see Texas. I could live with Texas. But Penn State, what have they proven? Like, what have they proven?
Facts.
And the Penn State loss was really worse. But let's get back to Texas, and we can transition to Penn State. Or which one do you want to start off?
No, I want you to get it. Get your feelings of Penn State off your chest first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penn State. I mean, look, it's been more than a decade-long conversation for James Franklin. I mean, one win versus an AP top 10 team in his career. And the whole conversation surrounding James Franklin has been, well, he's good, but, who are you going to hire if you fire him?
Yeah.
That should not be a reason why you should ever want to keep somebody and not fire them for their job if you feel like they are not good enough for the job. Should never, right? That should never keep you from firing somebody. James Franklin, right? And maybe you could say, okay, well, Oregon is, one of the best teams in the nation. Arguably, you could say arguably the best. Okay. You lost. You got outplayed by Nico I-am-a-leaving, okay? The dude that left Tennessee, right, looked absolutely abysmal in the first game of the season. And I mean, this was without a doubt like one of the best games. You let him have one of the best games of his career against you. Back-to-back losses. This was just, it was abysmal. Penn State, they're not making the college football playoffs. There was an interview that came out, or a little clip that dropped, where a reporter asked Drew Allar if they were still in playoff contention. Drew Allar got an attitude. He was like, what do you think?
No.
What do you mean? Like, what are you like? Like, you played horrible. You played horrible, and I want to If you had any thoughts about Penn State, or we could transition into Texas.
No, I was never a fan of Penn State.
Okay, no, I'm just saying, like, we have to stop overrating these quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I just want to say this. Drew Allar, I've heard it for the past 2 years. Oh, he's like this Josh Allen variant because he can, the velocity and his arm angles, and he can throw off his back foot 30 yards, 50 yards down the field. That should not, we should not be basing our quarterback evaluations off of these things. Right? Drew Allar is not good. He's not a good quarterback. And I'm sorry.
Quick question for you guys. So the buy right now for James Franklin is $50 million. Are you paying it?
I mean, not me, but someone.
Well, I don't think any of us. I think collectively, all of us in this room don't have $50 million. But if you did, are you paying him out?
I mean, you either pay the $50 million or you're either going to have to pay the $100 million in damages for the Penn State fans that are going to give your stadium because they want him gone.
Yeah.
I think you have to. Mm-hmm. And this was a similar situation to like Ryan Day when he lost to Michigan, right? Like, his buyout was crazy. I mean, the thing about the difference is that, they won the national championship. Penn State is not even going to make it to the playoffs. No. So, and this is definitely one of Penn State's worst seasons that they've had in a very long time. So, it's a very, very high price to pay, but I think you just have to bite the bullet.
Now let's talk about Texas because yes, there's another quarterback, Arch Manning, who was very hyped up coming into the season, right? And I'm with you. I'm with everyone who says why, because the guy played less than 10 snaps last year, right? Yeah, we could see that he could scramble, he could do this, he could do that. Very mobile quarterback, sure, but he just did not have the experience of a Heisman caliber player. And so when everybody kept hyping him up and saying, oh, he's going to win the Heisman, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. No, I'm sorry, but no. I don't think, as a Texas fan, it's hard to watch week by week.
No. And
now even more so because the schedule from here gets tougher. We got Red River this Saturday coming up. And man, even without John Mateer, the way we're playing right now, if our offensive line cannot block, I'm sorry, but I'm a little happy. I'll say this: I'm a little happy with the way that Arch was throwing against Florida. He threw much better.
Yeah,
he threw much better. The dynamic was there, but the offensive line gave him almost no shot to throw. He's got to make better decisions as well because you throw 2 big interceptions like that, and I think it was the first one. I mean, that ball was directly to the linebacker, and it was terrible. It hurts honestly because you come from 2 back-to-back semifinal appearances to this when, supposedly we were supposed to be climbing up the mountain from here. And now it looks like we just hit a rock in the middle. And that sucks, honestly, as a Longhorn fan. I feel with Jude the emotions because I don't know if this is some bad witchcraft thing from the state of Texas or just with the team being from Texas. There's something in the waters in Texas. I don't know what it is.
Texas football was supposed to be back.
Yeah.
And
it's still
we are robbed of it.
It's not. Yeah. And honestly, with a loss to Oklahoma this Saturday, forget everything. I'm sorry, because there's no playoff. There's no nothing. Yeah, if we can't beat OU, an injured OU, we got 2 trips to, I think it's Lexington and Starkville after that. Those are tough road games. And then we got Diego Pavia coming into Austin after.
Also, you're just going to have to hoping for a miracle with, 3 losses to make it into the playoffs. So, right now Texas is, we got to see what bowl game they're going to be playing right now.
Oh, man, forget the bowl game. I'm not even going to watch that. But it sucks.
I just think the bigger problem, because the game was still able to be won for Texas, but this is what happens when you have an inexperienced quarterback with Arch Manning. There was 2 major wide open throws he just missed.
Yeah.
And it's Arch doesn't seem to have any touch at all. And I was a believer that Arch wasn't even coming out this year, even if he had some crazy season.
Yeah.
The Mannings, Eli and Peyton both stayed their full 4 years. So I thought Arch was gonna. I mean now it's not even a question. He got to get in the lab, man. It's just straight up simple. And I think, and this is not a slight at Texas fans or Texas itself. It's just like college football media as a whole, like propping Arch up like as like a Heisman favorite. Like I would have got it if you want to say, okay, well, my prediction is he'll win the Heisman. A betting favorite?
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
insane. But listen, you can only go up from here.
I hope
that you can only go up from here.
I don't know. I hope. I do predict though there's going to be another loss along the way, maybe 2, at the very minimum, hopefully. But I don't know. It's a tough schedule ahead for the Horns, and I'm calling it right now. At some point, Arch is going to get benched. We need to get Caldwell in there. Caldwell senior transfer from Troy. He got in there for one snap against the Gators.
That's a crazy sentence.
And for what?
Saying like Arch is going to get benched. We're going to put in a transfer from Troy.
Yeah. I mean, that's how down bad we are. That or we get Trey Owens in. Trey Owens has a lot less experience than Caldwell and Manning combined.
Yeah.
So I think at some point there's going to be another struggling game. There's going to be a clip right here. It's going to be another struggling game, and Arch is getting the boot. And then Caldwell is going to come in.
Boot like he's getting booted to the bench.
Yeah, booted to the bench.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think at some point he needs it.
Yeah.
I think it's sort of going to be like a wake-up call for him. But we'll see. I mean, I'm trying not to kiss this season goodbye just yet, but it looks like we're headed in that direction. But you know who isn't yet is USC football. And they play Michigan this weekend.
Yeah.
Coming off a bye week, what are your outlooks for this game? Do you think we can defeat Bryce Underwood and the Wolverines?
Listen, I hope it would be a great favor if USC can do another Big Ten team a favor and beat Michigan. But listen, I said this last week. I'm gonna say it again. You already there's no like adjustments to be made. Like at this point in the season, you got what you got. You just got to find something, and this is going to sound pretty crazy, but you just got to find something in yourself, especially on the defensive side. Like this defense is kind of crazy. Like it's I want to say it's the worst in the nation, but it's pretty bad. Bryce Underwood, I mean, we use this term in the NFL like as a rookie, but like he's still very fresh, very new, and the guys like I mentioned like guys like Drew. I think he's better than Drew Aller, but guys with this big arm and they're mobile. They think they can do anything. They think their arm and their mobility is going to bail them out of situations. You got to keep these guys in the pocket. You know what I mean? Or even if they do get out of the pocket, they can make some pretty boneheaded plays, especially as a pretty, not seasoned guy in Bryce Underwood. I think the offensive side of the ball, like just keep doing what we're doing. Is Jacoby Lane coming back? I don't know if there was really an update on that.
I think he might be.
But yeah, I mean, Mekhi Lemon in terms of like just single season production this year. I know Jeremiah Smith is the best receiver in the nation, but Mekhi Lemon, he's looking like the lead in the Biletnikoff Award winning race. So, I mean, just you're spreading the ball out. The balance between the run and the pass, Wayman Jordan and Lemon, it's good. Like, Jadon Mayava has impressed a lot of people this year, so it's going to be a pretty tough test against Michigan, but I think the game is going to be closer than a lot of people think. I don't know if I'm ready to say like, oh, USC can upset Michigan. I don't know I'm there, but I think if we contain Bryce Underwood, keep him in the pocket, letting him beat you from the pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then the game will get a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think it's going to start defensively, like you said, right? We saw a lot of hiccups against Illinois, the way they came back, especially on that final drive. That secondary's got to tighten up. And like we said, Bryce Underwood, very dual threat quarterback. Bit of inexperienced because he's a freshman and all that, but I mean, he's already played in Norman this year, and now he's going to play in a very packed Coliseum. Hopefully, I'm hoping. We'll see. At least that's what the ticket sales say, right? But yeah, so I'm hoping the USC defense can step it up and contain them. If they do, and if this defense can step it up, we have a great shot at beating Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the offense is there.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive production is there. But we got just under 8 minutes to go here, and we have a quick little segment that we like to call Ashton's Sunday's Best. Tell me first what it is, and then go into it, because we want the crowd to know what this is about.
Yeah. So we did this last week, and I guess we're going to do it again this week. Sunday's Best is basically a column that I write for the Talk of Troy, basically going over the top 5 game changers from NFL Sunday. And it's not all stats. You know, these are just guys that you could say really, like, without them in the game, their team would lose. Kind of like a short little MVP list for each NFL Sunday. So we're going to make this quick again. Number 1 and number 2, I mean, wide receiver U was really put on notice, okay, this week. I'm just going to say both of them at the same time. Number 1, Emeka Egbuka. Number 2, Jackson Smith and Jigba. They just had a duel between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. I think that was actually the game of the week this week. Emeka Egbuka, 7 receptions on 7 targets, 163 yards, and a touchdown. Quick little tidbit, Emeka Egbuka became the first player in NFL history with at least 25 receptions, 400 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns in his first 5 career games.
Crazy.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, 8 receptions, 132 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, also, the uniform matchup was just amazing. The creamsicles with the Seattle Seahawks retro colors. But moving on to number 3, Dak Prescott, simply playing. This season is playing like the best quarterback in the league. 237 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and this week's just demolition of the New York Jets. George Pickens still doing his thing as well. Burning Sauce Gardner on that deep touchdown pass from Dak Prescott. And then I want to go to another quarterback who won Sunday Night Football in a game I don't think nobody predicted this team to win. Drake May for the New England Patriots, upsetting Josh Allen in the Bills. 22 for 30. 273 passing yards, 0 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. And that's all right. Like, you outplayed Josh Allen on prime time in front of the nation. And Drake May had one of the best throws I've seen this season. Off his back foot, just threw it 30 yards down the field to Stephon Diggs. And then this is kind of a little bit controversial, debatable. You look at this guy's stat line and you can say, well, why shouldn't Stephon Diggs be here? And maybe you're right. But I think with what this guy has been faced this year, and maybe you could say it's his fault, Jordan Addison for the Minnesota Vikings, 5 receptions, 41 yards, and a touchdown in Sunday's international game. And why do I have him as my 5th game changer for Sunday's Best?
Yeah, why?
He got suspended, right, for the first quarter. He didn't play. The Vikings did not play him for the first quarter because he was nowhere to be found, right? Nowhere to be found. And then he ends up catching the game-winning touchdown in Sunday's game for the Minnesota Vikings on a team with Justin Jefferson, who had a pretty great game too, over, like, I forgot his exact stat line, but he had over 100 yards. Jordan Addison, I mean, this dude has been reckless, but he still shows up to play. He still catches touchdowns. He still balls. The Vikings don't win that game without him. So, top to bottom, those are my Sunday's Best from Week 5 of the NFL. Tell me what you think.
I think I know those are great, and that's especially for that pick 1 and number 2. That's his Ohio State bias playing into effect. By the way, no, I'm messing with you, but no, yeah, those are great plays. Especially love the Jordan Addison one. It's great.
To give you guys a quick Monday update.
It's
I know I didn't mean to take the words out your mouth. Go ahead.
No, I was going into that. Jude Ocanas, thank you. The Chiefs are just up right now, 28-24. 48 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Correct, Jude?
Yeah, they're in the red zone of the Chiefs right now with 44 seconds.
Oh, man.
By the way, Jacksonville's Devin Lloyd, 99-yard pick 6.
Wow. Today?
Yeah, today against Patty Mahomes.
And then also, Travis Hunter I saw it on Twitter, made a crazy reception from Trevor Lawrence in double coverage. It was amazing.
By the way, throwing it back to the UCLA Penn State game, I completely forgot to say this on air. This past Friday, I was at Warren High School, where Nico, I need to get a job, played at, and got to see a great football game there. Warren picked up their first win of the season. It's fair to say Nico's Warren team, they've downgressed since Nico left, and they've been struggling to win games. But thankfully, they won their first league game against La Mirada High School. A great atmosphere at the Warren High School, and it was amazing. Me and my friend Thomas Murray over at the Sporting Tribune, who covers UCLA, we were going back and forth because he was at the Rose Bowl covering the Penn State game, and we were just going back and forth clowning on each other that it was an omen. Who knows? I don't know. That's the weird world of college football.
I want to say something as well for high school because I made
a
trip to Glendale, California to watch Village Christian versus Heritage Christian. I forgot the name of the bowl that they have. I don't know if you know it. The name, they have a bowl. They have like a rivalry bowl that they had. But
not
Village Christian has won like 5 straight this past Friday, 5 straight games in a row. Shout out to my friend Rad, who's the offensive coordinator there. He got me a little field pass. I was on the field.
Oh, nice.
Bible Bowl.
Thank you so much for that.
Oh, the Holy Bible.
Village Christian. And then after the game, they all get together and they pray in the middle of the field.
Oh, nice.
But I interviewed a 7-foot defensive tackle from Finland.
Jeez.
I took a picture with him. He made me look like...
It looks like me standing next to you, basically.
Yeah.
let's
I mean,
be
this
honest.
dude was humongous, and he just has a great story. Came over, left his parents to achieve his dream from Finland, and he's staying with an 89-year-old World War II veteran.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That wow. That I'm shocked. That's incredible.
Yeah. So it was a great. I mean, obviously seeing Village Christian win, like they play their hearts out. So.
High school ball. Tell me real quick. You're from where?
Originally I'm from Dover, Delaware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit how East Coast high school football looks different now that you saw your first Southern Cal.
Yeah, it's nothing and crazy like Village Christian, like this game it's not even the best.
Yeah, it's not
California
it's not like
has to
East
offer.
LA
Southern
Classic or modern day.
So, but it's definitely like crazy. I will say the bands, like the band I was in the high school marching band.
What did you play?
Dover High. I played the trumpet. I was the band president.
Damn.
I played the trumpet for 8 years. Now our bands, we might have y'all. I will say that.
Yeah.
But
I'll give it
football is crazy. Like I mean, a state as small as Delaware, like you don't even like get like some of the rivalries. Like we don't even have bowls. Like we just have a rivalry game here and there, and then playoffs. And then like the scouts, like you would not know. Like a lot of attention needs to be put more to the high school football scene because you could be watching the next NFL starting quarterback or running back. And you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like it's just crazy. Like I saw this one kid from Village Christian, literally looks like Cam Scatterbull. Like literally runs just like him.
Yeah.
Looks exactly like him. Like just nobody. He's like a battling ram.
Yeah.
So definitely like while I'm out here, while the season, the couple of games left, I definitely want to go to some more high school football games. Not all the way to Glendale though. I will say that Uber was pretty pricey.
I gotta take you. I go to a lot of high school football
Yeah,
games. So
definitely.
we gotta tag team one of these days and get a little report from there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's everything from this grad student led A block. All right, but stick around. We got another B block coming up. We got a lot of baseball talk coming up. We have some LeBron news coming up. All right, get ready for that and much more here on the Talk of Troy.
Welcome back to the Talk of Troy. This is the B Block. My name is Logan Jadon. Alongside me is Matt Kim. And we're ready to talk some shop, talk some ball. And obviously the big thing going on right now is this Chiefs-Jaguars game. And Mahomes almost just got picked off for the game. I'm watching it live. Jaguars are currently up by 3 after Trevor Lawrence had himself his second rushing touchdown. He scrambles after a horrible snap, falls down, tries to get back up, falls down a second time, gets back up, and then runs into the end zone with 25 seconds left in this game. The Chiefs now have no timeouts, 10 seconds left. They need to get into field goal range. Things are looking bleak, and the Chiefs might go under 500 again to start the season. You know, they started off the season 0-2, obviously. They're about to go 2-3 right now. There's a lot to digest with this, but, you know, Matt Kim, initial takeaways if the Chiefs lose this game and go to 2-3.
Well, I think we might have to start having the conversation about whether or not the dynasty is truly over. And while I don't necessarily think so, I mean, are you going to have plays like this? Are you going to have Trevor Lawrence orchestrating I think this is
a game-winning drive?
Yeah, that's something
against that Steve Spagnuolo defense?
Exactly. So this is not something that we really expected out of Trevor Lawrence. And I think this is more of an testament to how T-Law's turned himself around with the arrival of Liam Cohen. I mean, Duval.
That'd be 4-1.
T-Law, in my opinion, has been one of the most disrespected quarterbacks because, I mean, outside of the Browns, who has had to be put under more stressful offensive situations, under more, under more coaches. And so I think outside of the Browns and the Bears,
and
how they handle
Joe
Justin
Burrow
Fields.
too with the Bengals.
But
because that offensive line.
By the way,
two
2 seconds left on this game.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up. Chiefs just got a first down, so they have the ball at the 25. And they're going to need some laterals unless Mahomes got a little 75-yard cannon in his back pocket.
Well, unless this is a generational jinx, I think the Jaguars are going to be moving on with a W here. But I really do like this Jaguars team because I think their offensive capabilities and how they're really a well-rounded team now. Travis Etienne, I mean, last year is one of the biggest fantasy busts of all time. And how do I know? Well, unfortunately, I drafted him in the 3rd round last year, but he's kind of revived his career. And
yeah, he's averaging 60 or 70 yards a game so far to start off the season.
Exactly.
It's early, but, I mean, he looked good again against a Chiefs rush defense that's supposed to be pretty stout, supposed to be one of the best in the NFL. For me, I think my biggest takeaway from this game is that this Jaguars defense is legit. And I think we can see, we saw it through the first 4 games. They had 13 takeaways in their 4 games, right? Every single game, they had multiple turnovers. This game, they had a 99-yard pick 6 against Pat Mahomes. A little big boy action. Linebacker grabbing it, going down the sideline, hugging.
Did you see that Jude move, though, at the 10?
It was great. And I loved it. I was getting so ecstatic. But I think that is the biggest takeaway from this game is that I do think the Jaguars are serious, right? They are actual contenders. Maybe not for a Super Bowl this year, but they will be playoff contenders for sure. And this defense, again, with Liam Cohen under center now, is legit. That was the one thing that they tried to bolster after last year. We saw the emergence of Trevor Lawrence and BTJ towards the end of last season. Won me my fantasy championship. Hell yeah. But aside from that, their defense this year is legit. You know, Josh Hines-Ward came up with a couple big sacks today, and everything is kind of flowing for them. I mean, I don't think many people would have seen the Jaguars starting off 4-5, and it sucks that they're in the same division as the Titans. And the game is over. All right, so now we can officially say that. Jaguars move on to 4-1. The Chiefs are under 500.
Men's team to a playoff win. I've always said this. Daniel Jones... I was talking about how Trevor Lawrence has been one of the more disrespected quarterbacks in the NFL, but how could I forget Daniel Jones and the things he's had to go through, all the injuries, all the coaching, all of the he had to play for the Giants. Yeah. I mean, no other person has kind of had to go through the career adversity as Daniel Jones. So with him to be able to go into a system where he doesn't really have to do all that much. I mean, he has one of the best running backs in the league. Jonathan Taylor just came off a 3-touchdown performance. And he has, that Colts pass catching group, especially with the addition of Tyler Warren. I mean, that's one of the more underrated cores in the NFL. And I think they make his job super, super easy. Daniel Jones has never been known for his deep ball. He's always been short to intermediate, and he can mix things up with his legs. So I think that the Colts have really embraced that identity for the offense and really molded it to Daniel Jones's game. And I think that's why they've been so successful. JT's
been balling out too, and I want to say I think that's to me, the Colts' success on offense is because of oh my God, Jonathan Taylor. I think he reminds me a ton of, like we said, Daniel Jones. People forget Daniel Jones did win a playoff game for the Giants, right? Like, it's not like he's some nobody who was a bust. Obviously, he was a top draft pick, right? Top 10 draft choice. But he won a playoff game for the Giants, right? The first one since Eli Manning. That's legit. And, I mean, it's like you said, the Colts are playing into his strengths. And what he was very good at with the Giants was those short passes, those medium range passes. And again, the play action and the ability for him to run, right? I think everybody remembers that notorious Daniel Jones runs against the Eagles where he starts flying down at the 30 and he, falls head first and Giants don't end up scoring. They end up losing that game. But that turned into a meme. I think Daniel Jones and this Colts team is legit. This is not a meme. And I think that, again, we talked about the reemergence of some quarterbacks, and I mean, the A Block talked about it, that game between the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. Talked about two other quarterbacks, that had to deal with adversity and have made it out. And I mean, they're playing phenomenal football too. I love these storylines of the NFL season. I love how there really isn't a true dominant team. I mean, we are in week 5. We just finished week 5, and there are no teams that are undefeated. And the only team that is winless is the Jets. And I think that would be a different story if Justin Fields was healthy for all 5 games of the season.
You mentioned Justin Fields, and we're talking about all these feel-good stories, but how about Justin Fields getting left behind in the dust? I mean, the Jets being winless after kind of some high expectations after they brought in Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator from the Lions. And I honestly had decent expectations for the Jets. I thought they were going to re-embrace that defensive identity they had, led by Sauce Gardner a couple years ago, and I thought they were going to be this nitty-gritty team, and I thought Justin Fields was going to be able to win them some close ball games.
I thought they were going to be a team that was going to win in the trenches. They're going to live and die with Aaron Glenn. That's Dan Campbell bred coach right there. And like I said, I thought that this was always going to be a team that they're going to feed Breece Hall, they're going to run the play action, they're going to run the RPO with Justin Fields. And it really just hasn't worked. I mean, their opening drive looks promising. Then every single time something happens, something hits the fan, then they go, AFK for 2 quarters. And all of a sudden in the 4th quarter, when nothing matters, garbage time, bro, Justin Fields pops off. I mean, it's only a matter of time to me before this Jets team will turn around. I don't think they're the worst team in the NFL. I don't think they're.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I definitely don't believe, yes, they are the last winless team in the NFL. They're not the worst team in the NFL. But aside from this big NFL game, we had one other big game happen earlier today that involved your team, Matt Kim, and that was the Los Angeles Dodgers going up into Philly. All this talk, all this hype about a Red October, and the Dodgers take the first 2 games in Philly in the bank. I mean, as a Dodger fan, I must be feeling very optimistic, but if there's one thing I'm not feeling optimistic about, it is that bullpen. And to me, that bullpen is a disaster waiting to strike. And it was very close today. I mean, Dodgers had a commanding lead, 4-0. Phillies could not get anything going on offense. Then all of a sudden, they string together a little triple. They get a run in the 8th. Then, 2 base hits in the 9th. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-3 ball game. So, I will say, Kim, you were on the dot because you did predict the Dodgers in 4. I was one of those suckers that was all over the Phillies. I just couldn't buy into the Dodgers, which, although, their recent success says otherwise, I just couldn't do it with this season. So, your take on the Dodgers, right? Who would you rather play between the Cubs and the Brewers? Let's start off with that because it looks like things are very much trending towards Dodgers going back to the NLDS for the 3rd time in 4 years. So, how are we feeling so far through 2 games? What are our initial thoughts, and who would we like to play?
I'm feeling great because the strengths outside of one of the best offenses that we've seen in baseball in the past decade, honestly, I said the starting rotation was going to be unbeatable. You got to go against Ohtani. Even though Ohtani gave up 3 earned runs in game 1, he still struck out 9 guys and went 6 innings. I mean, if you can turn around after giving up 3 runs in the 2nd inning to go out there and deliver a quality start and still win the game, I mean, come on. And then you have Blake Snell tossing an absolute gem today. A pitcher's duel between him and Jesus Luzardo.
That was a great game to watch. It was.
And then, more times throughout the lineup, Blake Snell went through some things, but we know him. He's had playoff experience, and he was able to get out of the jam alongside the bullpen until, Blake Treinen came along later in the game. But we'll go into that later.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers' ability to get things done with runners in scoring position, that bang-bang play at the plate, that was huge. Chasing Luzardo out of the game and getting to the Phillies bullpen, that was one of the keys I said, was you got to get to the Phillies bullpen early. Because, even though you can get to the bullpen in the 7th, 8th, 9th, I do not want to face Yohan Duran for 5
No,
or more outs. That is absolutely disgusting. You want to avoid him at all costs. And when they got to the bullpen early, things turned around quickly.
Yeah.
So, do I think we'll sweep? We're gonna have Yamamoto going out there for Game 3, so this is gonna be another close game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna be an offensive explosion. Do I think the Phillies could come out of nowhere? Yes. Schwarber has been absolutely dormant in this series so far. So is Bryce Harper. Trey Turner, coming off that hamstring injury at the end of the regular season, been absolutely dormant. I do think Game 3 is going to be a wake-up for them, but I'm going to stick with it. Dodgers in 4.
I mean, I will say, I thought if there is going to be a wake-up call for this Phillies offense, no better place than opening up a series at home against the defending champs. And what did they do?
Came out flat.
Dormant. And aside from, their big 3, right? You just mentioned, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, right? 3 guys that catapulted this offense this entire season. Today, 1 for 12. I think, right, you want to, as a Phillies fan, you want to point fingers at Rob Thompson. You want to say, the bullpen didn't come through. I think the fingers need to be pointed on your stars right
Exactly.
now. It needs to be. Rob Thompson letting Jesus Luzardo go out there in the 7th inning was absolutely the right call. Jesus Luzardo retired 18 batters in a row. And yeah, he gave up a base hit to Teoscar Hernandez to start off the inning, but that was a jam shot, right? Granted, next batter went down the line double, right? Now you got
wasn't even hit that hard either.
That again
just went
was
down and got
not a very good hit, right? I think Rob Thompson absolutely did the right thing there.
I agree.
You ride with the hot hand, and Luzardo just retired 18 batters in a row. That is the hottest hand that you have, right? Granted, things did not work out his way when you pushed that button, but the Phillies offense should not score 1 run through the first 16 innings of this game at home, too. This is a team that averaged almost 6 runs a game at home during the regular season. Now you get 1 run in the first 16 innings of the biggest series of the entire season. The fault is on the stars right now for the Phillies. The blame is all on Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, and Trey Turner, your big guys. And now you're going to need to crawl out of a crazy pit, that crazy hole that you dug yourselves into. And to me, I said this earlier on, I thought this was a make-or-break season, a make-or-break postseason in particular for this Phillies team. And right now, they are breaking it, and they're collapsing. And I think this could be the start of the Phillies' downfall, which would be great.
The only recipe for success for the Phillies this October, I said, was that all 3 of those guys that we mentioned earlier were going to have to be clicking at the same time. The reason why the Phillies have come up short in the World Series, in the Championship Series, why they've come up short over and over again is because they've never had offensive consistency between the 3 of them. It's either 2 out of the 3, 1 out of the 3.
Yeah, you'll never get all 3 cooking at the same time.
And today, it was none of them. You mentioned 1 for 12. If you have Nick Castellanos as the one, delivering the clutch hits, can you really win games? And obviously not with the result that they've provided so far. And I really do like that point about this is make or break. Kyle Schwarber, who knows what's going to be happening with him in the future. Bryce Harper's only getting older. Trey Turner's only getting older. That core was already extremely volatile with so many guys that are defensively limited. You can't put Castellanos, Schwarber. You can't keep shuffling guys
can't
around.
DH them every single day.
Exactly.
Too. You only have 1 DH nowadays in the NL, which is crazy to say. But I agree. I think the Phillies window was absolutely this year. I was honestly very optimistic going into this playoffs, just seeing how flat they have came out. I've lost all hope with them. And like I said, I really do think there was so much emphasis put on this season as this is the year, right? The Phillies have had the same core for 4 or 5, going on 5 years. They made 1 World Series run the second year, and they haven't really done anything since. They haven't. They made the playoffs every time, but what does it matter if you can't win in the playoffs? And another team that can't really win in the playoffs is the Yankees, that are now down 2-0, going home, right, against the Blue Jays. But, again, I do think, and I'm going to pose this question coming up. Do you think there's any team that is down 2-0 right now, right, between the Phillies, let's say the Cubs lose because they're down 7-3 right now, between the Phillies, Cubs, and the Yankees? Are there any team that can come out of that hole?
It's going to be the Yankees for me. The Cubs, if they lose this game, I think there's absolutely zero chance because I haven't been a fan of the Cubs since the second half of the season. I genuinely don't think the Cubs are a playoff. Yes, they're a wild card-esque team, but I don't think they're a championship contending team. I always thought that the Brewers going to steamroll them coming into this series, and the results have provided that so far.
Yeah.
But for the Yankees, much like the Phillies, that offense can get hot at any point in the game. And we saw it in the latter half of game 2. You know, they're down 12-0. All of a sudden, you know, even though the end result wasn't exactly as close as you expected, but they scored 7 runs in the second half of that game. And if you can kind of shift that towards the beginning of a game, they're coming back to Yankee Stadium now. You know, the Rogers Center is a hostile playoff environment. I mean, we all go back to 2015 Jose Bautista's bat flip.
Did you hear it when Vladdy hit that grand slam?
Exactly. Toronto is not an easy place to play in the playoffs. So that home field advantage to me was the biggest home field advantage, bigger than the bank. Sorry.
Bigger than Mariners, bigger than Seattle.
I think so. There's been no offense in that series so far.
But
Rogers Center has fueled it.
Yeah, no, I mean that the Blue Jays offense was really cooking, and I actually do agree with you. If there is a team that can do this, the Yankees have already done the impossible. They lost game 1 of the wild card series and proceeded to win games 2 and 3. They're the first team to do that since the wild card expanded to 3 games. So if there is a team, it would be them. And I will say, right, we talked about the Stars not aligning for the Phillies. The Stars are honestly kind of close to aligning for the Yankees. I mean, Judge is hitting 400 in the playoffs. He's kind of rewriting that narrative that he can't hit in October. And obviously we know Giancarlo has been playing well, but Volpe has really turned himself into not an easy out in the playoffs, which at a point in time, every single time he came up, he was a guaranteed strikeout or a guaranteed rollover. But now he's playing a lot better. So I do think if there is a team that could get it going, it's the Yankees. And on the flip side of that, this Blue Jays team too, right? We boast about bullpen, all this stuff. Blue Jays bullpen is not very good either. And I think the Blue Jays bullpen among teams left in the playoffs have the second lowest ERA, only to that of the Yankees. So if the Yankees can get an early lead and hold on to that, I mean, they've got Cam Schlittler on the rock tomorrow, right? That's going to be a big game for him. And I think that if there is a team, I'm not saying that they will do it, but if there is a team, it would be the Yankees. But, you know, one thing I love about October baseball is just seeing no-name stars, seeing these rookies come in under the spotlight, under the biggest stage, and absolutely playing their ass off. And, you know, I got to give my flowers to this guy, Trey Savage, out there with Toronto, because this guy pitched in 3 major league games before his game 2 start against the Yankees. And what does he proceed to do? Pitch 5 innings, 11 strikeouts, 0 hits. You know, for reference, for those people that don't know baseball too well, if you pitch 5 innings, you are getting 15 outs. 11 of those 15 outs were strikeouts. That is utter dominance. And that is why we love baseball. At least for me, I love seeing these no-name players, these rookies come in under the spotlight and really, you know, become the player that they are in October. And I think it's special. I mean, we see it case in point with your guy, Kike Hernandez. This guy, in October, his OPS is 200 points higher than it is in any other month in his career. But for whatever it is, come October, Kike Hernandez is Barry Bonds. Gotta love October baseball. And one last thing I want to mention is, obviously, I'm wearing the Mariners hat, and we do have a close series in one, you know, divisional round right now, and that is the Tigers and the Mariners. You know, the Mariners and Tigers split 1-1 in Seattle. They now go into Detroit with the Tigers holding home field advantage 2 of the next 3 games. For me, though, I still think the Mariners are going to get it done.
I think so, too.
I really think, especially seeing how they fought back in that game last night, right? Mariners go up early 2-0, 2 big-time bombs by Jorge Polanco. Then all of a sudden, the Tigers get a little jam shot double by Spencer Torkelson. It's a high game. And what have we seen the Mariners do time and time again? They'll usually fold after that. And this time they didn't. They answered right back in the bottom of the 8th. They scored a run, almost scored a second, and then they shut the door in the 9th. I think the Mariners are going to keep that momentum going. And I mean, we see it with the Tigers. When Scooble's on the mound, he's dominant. When any other pitcher's on the mound, it's a little shaky. And obviously the Mariners offense hasn't really clicked yet. And I think once they get to Detroit, I think they're going to start clicking.
I share the same exact precedent. Because outside of Tarek Skubal, that rotation...
Do you really trust Jack Flaherty
exactly.
on the bump?
That rotation has an ERA
you trust
above
Casey Mize on the
4.5 runs. So even though they're going to be holding home field advantage for the next 2 games, the fact that the Mariners were able to split the series at home while only scoring a couple of runs and being quite dormant.
And the one
on
game they
offense,
won was
really.
against Skubal.
Exactly. So I really think that when you eventually do face your Jack Flaherty's, your Casey Mizes, and then you get deep into the Detroit bullpen, because I don't think AJ Hinch is going to allow either of those guys to go more than 5 innings. He's going to try and get to the bullpen early.
Yeah, we've seen that. I mean, even just in the first round in the wild card against the Guardians, if anything happened, a walk, a leadoff base runner, he's going to the bullpen. He's going to somebody more reliable in that given situation.
So I definitely do think the Mariners are going to have some sort of offensive explosion in a Game 3. And I just don't think the Tigers have that kind of pitching capability that the Mariners do. That's something we raved about all year long, was how the Mariners have such a deep rotation. Their bullpen. You don't want to face Munoz in the ninth. You don't want to face a lot of those guys at the back end of the bullpen. Matt Brash is one of the nastiest relievers in the game. So if I'm the Tigers and I'm sitting at Comerica Park, I'm sweating. I'm sweating real hard.
Sweating bullets.
Because I am not confident in the ability to get out of there. Because if this goes to a Game 5, and they're going back to Seattle, I just don't see a reality in which the Tigers win this series, even if they split, if they split 1-1, I just don't see it.
The one promising thing for the Tigers is if there is, in fact, a Game 5, you could throw Tarek Skubal out there on 4 days of rest. Not the craziest thing, and obviously a guy like Skubal, a competitor, is going to want to do that. He's going to want the rock in a win-or-go-home game, right? But then again, I do agree with you. I don't even know if it gets to a Game 5. I'm in all honesty, I think this Mariners offense, it's only a matter of time before they start clicking. We had Julio, obviously big Game 1, Cal Raleigh, big Game 1. Then the other stars stepped in for Game 2 when they actually ended up winning. I think the Mariners, I really, really, really like what this Mariners team has going. I think what they've got going is special. So to wrap up our baseball talk, we're in the thick of it all. World Series prediction. Who's winning how many games?
I said Dodgers-Mariners this entire time. I've been harping on this since the playoffs started, before the wild card round started. I said that the Dodgers on the National League side are the most complete team. Yes, you can give me all those bullpen concerns, but look what we found, a little diamond in the rough in Roki Sasaki. I completely trust him. Even though I've only seen a couple appearances with him coming out of the bullpen, his confidence is through the roof. And I don't want to see Blake trying to pitch in a game where,
or Alex
it's decided by 3
for that
runs.
matter. Tanner Scott.
Tanner Scott has not gotten loose in this series yet, thank God. So I really think that with the emergence of Roki Sasaki, and you saw Emmett Sheehan just come out there and carve up the top half of the Phillies lineup.
Yeah, he looks good today.
And so I really do think that the Dodgers have found some pieces that they can incorporate in the back half of the bullpen, and their problems are solved. That starting rotation not going anywhere. That lineup not going anywhere. So for the Dodgers, biased answer, but I do think it's the right answer. I do think they're legitimately the best team in the National League, and it's not close. And now I'm going to go to the Mariners side. Most complete team again. If you get to a Trey Savage, if you get to a Kevin Gausman for the Blue Jays, who came out as the #1 seed in the American League, and you have to throw the bullpen out there for 4 innings, Jeff Hoffman, who's their closer, is already one of the most nerve-wracking guys to watch at the back half of a bullpen, and now you got to go out there and watch him for 3 or 4 innings. I mean, you saw them give up 7 runs in the latter half of the last game. So I don't trust the Blue Jays. I don't trust the Tigers. I don't trust the rest of the teams in the American League. I think the Mariners have the clearest shot to the World Series that any other team has had in the past couple of years. It's always a fight, especially with baseball. It's always a fight. But for some reason, I'm just seeing a clear shot path for the Dodgers and the Mariners to meet each other in the Fall Classic. I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'll keep saying it. It's a Dodgers-Mariners Fall Classic.
I can't hate on that. I can't. And I actually, I made a bet, not a bet, but a friendly, one of those friendly ones, with my roommate who's from Seattle, and he said that if the Mariners make a deep run in the playoffs, he's gonna fly back for the World Series.
I mean, you got it.
I told him, hey man, if you need a buddy, if you need a partner, I'm your guy. So I mean, obviously my Mets are out of the playoffs. I'm wearing a Mariners hat. I have embraced the Mariners as my team in this playoffs. Right? I love my guy Cal Raleigh. Obviously, we know how I feel about him, MVP and all that stuff. It's a debate for another time. But I will say, I think this Mariners team is riding hot. I think they're going to win the next 2 games. I think the Blue Jays are also going to take care of business against the Yankees. Now, that would then obviously put up a Mariners-Blue Jays championship series. And, I mean, again, looking at this Blue Jays roster, right, to me, they can compete with any team. Their hitting, can hit if it's going. I mean, they just put up double-digit runs in back-to-back games against the Yankees. They can hit
against
anywhere.
Max Fried too.
Yes. However, I've boasted this this entire time. I think pitching wins championships.
It does.
And this, I mean, I'm looking at the ALDS roster for the Blue Jays. There's no Chris Bassett on there. There's no Max Scherzer on there. I mean, these are supposed to be veteran guys, guys that have playoff experience that are going to get you over that hump. They're not even on the roster right now because of how little they trust them. Granted, look, they had a guy like Trey Savage pitch game 2, and he was phenomenal. I love that for him. He's not going to come out there and huck 5 innings with 12 strikeouts every single time. He's just not going to do it. So I do think I think this Mariners team, when they won and made the playoffs in 2022 as a wild card team, they got knocked out in the first round. I think that was their experience, right? And we talk about playoff experience. I think they have that experience. Now, this run is different for them. I mean, they know they just won the division for the first time in 24 years, but their goal is not just to win one series. Their goal is to hoist up that trophy. And Kyle Raleigh made it pretty damn clear after they won that division. He said, we're winning this whole effing thing. So I'm riding with the Mariners, and I will say, right now, you are right. This Dodgers team is the best team in the NL. However, there's no way I can still buy into this Dodgers bullpen, because I will say it is
fair point.
It is a fire just waiting to happen, because there have been 3 games. And I mean, you and I were talking about it before the show. There have been 3 games now that the Dodgers bullpen has made a game close that had no business being close. To the 2 games against the Reds, honestly, both of them. Yeah, you kind of knew the Dodgers were going to win, but the Reds just kept battling back every single time. A new pitcher would come in, a whole new ball game. And I think you saw the same thing today, right? I was watching the game. I wanted the Phillies to win. And in my head, I'm like, there's no way the Phillies don't tie this. But that is where the Dodgers hunkered down. That's where their playoff experience gets you, right? You saw Freddie Freeman make that big-time pick to end the game. I don't know if any other first baseman makes that play. I'm not going to lie. That was an atrocious throw by Tommy Edman. And if that gets by, all the momentum's on the Phillies side. Then before you know it, it's 1-1, and you guys are going back to LA, and this is a whole new series. But that's where that playoff experience gets you. And I think between the 2 other teams still left in the NL, between the Cubbies and the Brewers, they just don't have that playoff experience, especially the Cubs. I mean, I like this Cubs team. I think in 3 years they will be a dominant team in the NL, but they're not there yet. This is their first real run in the playoffs since they won the championship in 2016. So for me, it's too early for them. And again, the Brewers, they don't have that experience. They just don't. I mean, they're tossing Jacob Mizrowski out here hoping he could throw strikes, which he did, and he looked great. Hucking 104, painting it on the block. That was phenomenal. But I don't know, again, if I can trust that. And when you're in the playoffs, you want to trust your goats. You want to trust your guys, your go-to guys. And if you look at the team like the Mariners and a team like the Dodgers, those are my guys. Those are the guys that I would want at the plate, or those are the guys that I want with the rock in their hand to get me 3 outs in a win-or-go-home game. So I'm with you. However, I think my winner is going to be a little different, because I think I know where you're going to stray with the Dodgers. I think the Mariners are going to win.
Who would be your World Series MVP if the
years.
Mariners were to win?
If the Mariners get there, I think it's going to come down to a hitter. I don't think it's going to be Kyle Raleigh or Julio. I think it's going to be somebody else. I could see it being maybe a JP Crawford. I think he's a guy that has so much emotion for this team, so much heart.
He's been with them for a long time too.
He's the longest tenured, Mariner. But I think the reason why I think the Mariners are going to beat the Dodgers is because, like we talked about, bullpen. I think bullpens and pitching wins championships. I think it's a matter of time before the Dodgers bullpen is going to get their reality check. Do I think any team remaining in the NL is going to give it to them? No, I don't. I don't trust any of these teams in the NL to do that. But I do trust the Mariners too. And I think that the Mariners will exploit this weak Dodgers bullpen in the World Series. And it's not going to happen until then. So, you take that. You take what you can get. But I do have the Mariners winning in 6 games, hoisting the trophy, the World Series trophy, for the first time ever. And I love that for baseball. I think we will get a first-time winner this year. Hopefully it's the Mariners, but between the Mariners or the Brewers, I think we're going to get one.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to get for the first time in over 2 decades is going to be a repeat.
Not a back-to-back.
We're getting a back-to-back.
No.
I'm telling you right now, it's going to be this team that was doubted in the second half, honestly, because everyone thought they were going to be this juggernaut that was going to win 115 games, or maybe 120 games. And, they came up short. They weren't the number 1 seed. They had to play a wild card
Honestly,
round.
probably to their advantage, though.
Exactly. But now, I'm telling you right now that Kike Hernandez in the Fall Classic is going to go nuclear. He's my World Series MVP. Dodgers in 6. That's all I got.
We'll be seeing. Well, that's all that we've got on the Talk of Troy, the B block, the baseball block. But we do have one more block coming in, so stay tuned. We're going to be talking a lot more ball, most likely on the pigskin side. But be sure to stay tuned. This has been Logan and Matt signing off on the B block with the Talk of Troy.
And welcome back to the Talk of Troy. Myself, Nolan, alongside Tony. Excited for some more pigskin, some basketball. It's the best you can do. It's the best you can do.
It's the works, and we're here for it.
I mean, look, the biggest man in all of basketball for the last century, essentially. No, not century. Fifth of a century, though. Almost a quarter of a century. LeBron James, the second decision. So he posted a really weird, cryptic-like video where nothing was said. He was doing too much, in my opinion. But all it said at the end was...
Let's say it louder.
The second decision coming soon. And
the
I
lead
think
decision,
it's gonna be
part 2.
tomorrow, so Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Right.
What do you make of this?
All right, so I get that LeBron James is on the verge of retirement, and that it is a big deal when that day comes.
Absolutely.
And that needs to have some sort of ceremonial goodbye. But we've kind of seen this happen before. There was a Amazon ad last season where he was alluring to, oh, is this your final season? And, you know, it was demonstrated in a way where he might do some final goodbye in like a very movie-esque way with the super high-res cameras. And it just turned out to be an ad, just a fluff piece.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is crazy for me to say, but we don't care if LeBron James retires tomorrow.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
No,
I care. LeBron, if you're watching, I care.
We care.
We care.
But hold on.
You don't, obviously.
Listen, I love LeBron James. I do. He's done amazing things for the game.
He's done horrible things for your city.
His retirement.
You want him retired.
I know. His retirement would be the biggest retirement since Brady. And that's not negotiable.
It's bigger than the Brady retirement, in my opinion. LeBron did more for basketball than Brady ever did for football. Absolutely, without a doubt. The NFL is the NFL. The NFL will be the NFL no matter who plays in it. The NBA, they didn't have the issue that they did in the 70s until you had Magic and Michael come around.
As a part of
LeBron did a lot for it.
All right, that's fair. All right,
So the retirement it'll be more important. Absolutely.
Yes. My issue when I say we don't care, I mean this in like the most heartfelt way, is that we are ready for you to leave, bro. Like, LeBron, I understand that you can use this as a ploy for all of your future ads, whatever sponsorships you can, but to be honest, I don't know if you should be doing that. Because I for 1,000% believe that this is going to be an ad of some kind and not going to be his retirement announcement. I think he'd be doing that at the beginning of the season, not in some random second decision thing. I bet it's going to be like, oh, to go paperless. I don't know. Like,
No way.
It's
no.
it's-
In the caption too, it said like the decision of all decisions.
The decision
you
of
think
all
he's doing the
decisions.
decisions of the decision of all decisions. I'm learning how to speak Portuguese
It's
on
gonna be-
Duolingo. Sign up with code LBJ.
it's gonna be Duolingo or some cryptocurrency decision, and
No.
and I hate it because why are we using something that should be really ceremonial and really special as something that is just going to be wasted on, almost like there's so many terms I could be using right now, but you're teasing audiences way too much. I'm on the edge of my seat, man, and like to do this to fans, I think is low key disrespectful.
All right, I agree with you 100%. If he pulls up an advertisement as a decision of all
It's
decision,
going to be.
absolutely lose. I don't want to say all respect for LeBron, but that is messed up. If this decision is retirement, or I guess he wouldn't announce that he's leaving. He's not a free agent. So that is, if it was a basketball decision, that's what it would be, right? It'd be retirement. If that is what happens, what do you make of this? Is this still doing too much? Because I think it is, but I also thought that the whole South Beach thing, that decision was too much back then. And
I mean, I wasn't even watching basketball when
Okay, fair.
when the lead decision originally happened, but
fair, yeah, I mean we were like
but
10.
yeah. But it was a weird thing at the time, and I do think that if this was actually the case,
Mhm.
I would be less mad about it.
Yeah.
Because it would just be like,
It'd be a funny
nostalgia.
thing, Yeah.
And but I truthfully think that this shouldn't be, I guess, prodded on any longer.
Mhm.
It should be a yes or no. Are you retiring? Because we are ready for you to go. You have nothing more to prove, old man.
This is giving the Colin Cowherd, LeBron.
We're
We're good, bro.
we're good, bro.
We got Ben Simmons.
Yeah. Except he's not. He doesn't have a job. LeBron might have a job for the next couple 1,000 years, just showing up on ESPN or
Yeah.
or whatever he might do in the future. But you're good, man. You retired already. You're virtually retired already. There's no big aspirations for the Los Angeles Lakers this year,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. And you're in a lot of people's eyes the GOAT already. So you don't need to tease people or joke and make people think that you're going to retire, but then you're not.
Is he the
'Cause-
GOAT in your eyes?
Absolutely not in Tony's eyes. We're gonna hear some hating coming. You're totally gonna speak. Now,
If LeBron didn't exist, Kevin Durant's like one of the best players of all time. I'm just, in general, but it's fine.
So doesn't that help LeBron's GOAT case?
It does.
You're
and
taking
that's
like
why
one of, possibly like the most like flawless scorer of all time and saying he would be one of the greatest ever if it weren't for LeBron.
if it weren't for
that really helps LeBron's case.
if it wasn't for LeBron Ramon James. Yes. To answer your question, LeBron James is the greatest player. of all time.
Wow. I'm surprised you admitted that. I don't think
You
he is
say
the
that
GOAT. I'd
nicely,
still say
though.
Michael Jordan, but as LeBron produces,
I was waiting for that.
even though he's not at the highest level that he once was, he's still a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah.
He's better than most NBA players. As he does this year after year after year
It
after
does.
year, it takes me closer
It's
to MJ.
it's like, what do you prefer? The candle that burned the brightest,
Mhm.
but had the least amount of time burning,
Yeah.
over the candle that burns for almost forever.
Yeah.
And that candle's still pretty damn bright.
It is.
So,
It is.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be incredibly disappointing when people realize it's not his retirement announcement tomorrow. But
You really don't think so?
I do not think it is. But
I don't buy that.
if it is, I'm not coming with a beard next show. Like, I'm shaving. Like, I will genuinely shave every hair on my face.
Wow.
If he is announcing his
That's the
retirement.
closest thing we've gotten to Jude saying he'd shave his head if the Cowboys didn't win the Super Bowl.
It's
The
tempered.
Cowboys did not win the Super Bowl.
They
Wait,
did
wait.
not.
So just
Just my facial hair. Yeah, I'm not going full Jude on this one.
Yeah, I don't want anyone doing that. Again. I felt bad for a couple months. Wow, I don't know. I really think it's a retirement thing, or at the least some basketball related thing. I mean, LeBron knows he has the audience of millions of Americans. Everyone loves him. I mean, this is just toying with them.
It is.
You really think he's got that heart or lack thereof?
I do.
Wow.
Bro, he lies all the time. Why wouldn't he do it
does.
again? Like I'm just saying, this is such an easy layup for an ad, and it bothers me so much.
But he lies
whatever.
for no reason.
He does.
That's the kind of liar he is. When all the eyes are on him, ready to watch a 9 a.m. announcement, I don't think he'd lie about that.
And he's doing all the extra stuff. He's wearing his uniform. Like I know, Ramon. I know what you're thinking of, and it's slimy, and I don't like it.
All right, well, 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow, you can hear LeBron announce his retirement or the most meaningless advertisement campaign to ever exist.
I don't even know what it'll be, but I know I'm going to be saying somebody better pick up that phone because I called it.
Either I'll get to say I told you so looking at a clean-shaven man a week from today, or you'll be cursing out LeBron for toying with your emotions and going on TV with an advertisement.
Absolutely.
9 a.m. Pacific time. we'll see what happens. Let's talk about the past for a second, though. We'll talk about the past and switch up sport. We'll go to football now.
All right.
Let's go to the college level. Our crosstown rival, UCLA, who was 0-4, and not just an 0-4, like, yeah, you're not a good football school,
or
in a
the
good
teams are
football
too
conference,
good,
or the teams are too good, or a combination of both. You're playing Oregon and all those great teams. No, UCLA lost to some really bad teams. They had a 35-10 loss against New Mexico.
They paid them north of $2 million, by the way, to lose. So, yeah, it's bad.
They just beat Penn State 42
Woo!
to 37.
Let's get an air horn for that, because that is insane. Not on my bingo card.
Not at all.
I have a really interesting connection to this that I've shared with Nolan already, but I have a really close friend in Penn State, and my girlfriend also goes to UCLA. And let me tell you, it was the weirdest group chat when I kept seeing the scoreboard going up from 24-7 to 42 to 30 to 28. It was mind-boggling. It was the first game that they won that my girlfriend's been to, and it was the first game that my friend at Penn State was screaming at me through the phone and not gloating. So, I know this is USC, and we are here live from USC. It's just good job, UCLA.
I'll give them that. Oh my God, good job. Bro. And I wouldn't be so quick to say that if they had a couple wins, but I just felt so bad for that. This is the worst UCLA team I've ever seen. So watching them beat Penn State is just comical.
It is.
Also, I've been a huge I wouldn't say huge Penn State hater, but I've always thought they were overrated. And I think by the end of the season, everyone who thought they were good eventually agrees. I also thought Drew Aller was not it, which you guys have heard. You've heard a lot about Penn State.
Are you guys going to still go to the playoff picture?
Nobody here in the booth likes Drew Aller either.
Yeah. But
what do you think, man? So rude. Grow up.
But wow, UCLA impressed me. UCLA really, really impressed me. UCLA's obviously not making the college football playoff. They have 4 losses.
Rank them.
They're not making a bowl game. They're not doing just about anything. This is the best win they'll have for probably a decade. But good job, UCLA. Yeah. Penn State, I don't know if they'll make the college football playoff because of that. Like, I mean, they're not ranked. And not I mean, you're Penn State. You got 2 losses now. The other loss was a perfectly fine loss.
Yeah.
It's an overtime loss to Oregon.
So I wanted to talk about that. I mean, I know that they're
By the way, Tony, your girlfriend in the comments, she said, "Let's go."
Yeah,
let's go.
Rightfully so.
For once, 4's up. 4's up for once. I know that's controversial, but
USC saying that?
I know.
Crazy.
I know it's crazy. It's okay. We're gonna win. It's okay. We're gonna win the Battle of LA. It doesn't matter.
Well, they just beat Penn State. I don't know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But Nico Yamilava had the best game of his UCLA career. Really good job.
Nico who?
Yamelava. Wait.
Nico Iamaleava.
Nico Iamaleava from Tennessee. I'm so happy that he at least had his one game. I know a lot of people don't like Nico. I don't. I mean, I'm impersonal to his antics in the offseason with the transfer portal stuff. I think it was a majority of his camp, and not maybe his. I guess his own self thinking that like, oh yeah, like this is a smart decision for you to do and go to UCLA and try to bet on yourself to get all this money. But I mean, he got it, and he got his first big game against Penn State.
Yeah.
It's good for his scouting rapport. Yeah, in general, are we going to see more of this type of Nico ball in the future?
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, he was a baller for the most part at Tennessee, and the conversation the first 4 weeks of the college football season wasn't, oh yeah, we knew Nico sucked. It was, wow, this is embarrassing. And we all thought he was good. And then Tennessee looked good even after he left, which only bolstered the opinion that, Nico was never really that good. But initial reports were Nico's a good quarterback. I don't know what's happening at UCLA. I think we'll get something in between. We're not going to get wins against top 5 teams.
We're not going to get
think we're gonna
preseason
get lost.
Heisman projected Nico. I think we'll get.
But we're not going to get 35-10 loss to New Mexico, Nico.
Dear God. Oh my gosh. The main thing I'm concerned about is just about that USC game later on in the season. Yeah. I mean, I'm a senior, so it'd be great for me as a transfer student to get those 2 years and just say we won both times.
And that's your last football game for USC.
It's my last football game. I mean, it'd suck for my girlfriend, but because I never let that down, and but it just means that for the future they need to remain locked in, and if they have any chance of maybe going to getting a bowl game, they gotta win the hell out.
They do. It's just what scares me is they beat Penn State and USC plays them at the very end of the year. Yeah. It gives Nico more time to develop. It gives his whole team time to develop.
It does.
We'll see in the next couple of weeks what's happening. We'll see very soon who Nico is. Let's transition though to NFL. I'm gonna bring back the segment that we've been doing, pretenders or contenders. I'm gonna list off a couple players, a couple teams. Honestly, if we did this for college, I would list UCLA and Nico as a pretender or a contender. So perfect segue there. But yeah, we'll go to NFL. And I'm gonna start out close to home for you. 49ers.
Damn it!
And Mac Jones.
My gosh.
I think they're 4-1. They got as good of a record as anyone else. And Mac Jones looks legit. You got a pretty good defense. You got some weapons. I mean, you got a good
weapons
coach.
Is a strong word.
You got awesome weapons who are mostly injured.
Yeah.
Grayson said we're goated.
We're goated.
Grayson's right.
Yeah. What happens when the Glock is unloaded? You pull up the Mac 10.
Oh my God. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
I'm going to say something that I don't know if I believe.
Ooh.
But right now in San Francisco, there is contention for the starting role at QB.
I was going to say, I mean, Mac Jones looks as good as Brock Purdy ever has.
The only, I guess, caveat would be that look at the opponents that Brock has played in his healthy games.
Yeah.
His second game against the Jaguars was the worst so far for the Niners in the season, and he had 2 interceptions. It just looked unhealthy out there. The turf toe was obviously bothering him. Shouldn't have been out there. And Mac Jones, he looks like if I see majority of players, like if I see Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, and George Kittle back out there for week 7, and this upcoming week 6, Brock doesn't look so hot again.
Yeah,
there is some contention there right now, man. It sucks because it's like the Brandon Ayuk situation all over again. We pay this dude. And granted, it was not the exact situation, but, prolonged contract negotiations turned into something that, hey, like, Kyle Shanahan knows what he's doing. And Mac Jones has been in this position before where he's had to do a lot with a lot less in New England. It's great for Mac. Dangerous for Purdy. I think they're going to have a talk with Mac and say, hey, you're doing good, but you're a little too good. So,
I mean, he looks really, really good. The thing that scares me the most for Purdy is Mac Jones is doing this with, and Purdy's had to deal with this too. A lot of injuries to his offense.
Niner legend Jake Tonges, everybody.
What happens when Kittle comes back? Like,
Yeah, with Kittle.
I mean, this offense can be really good. I will say, though, to your point, I mean, who are the opponents? The first two opponents were the Saints and the Cardinals. And even just looking at, the offense itself, like 26 against the Saints, 26 is a respectable number.
They still don't have their
but
first rushing touchdown of the season.
Oh, wow.
They
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, yeah, because McCaffrey doesn't have any. I didn't know if
'Cause-
anyone else had any.
No,
but yeah.
because no, not at all. McCaffrey is
He's got like 4 receiving touchdowns.
he's wide receiver 1 right now. It's pitch screen to McCaffrey is the play call in San Francisco. And yeah, they just between him and Brian Robinson Jr. they have had no rushing touchdowns, which is it's a big deal to me because the run game's always been a Kyle Shanahan thing, and for once it's not. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting. I mean, again, 26 against the Saints. The Saints have a bad defense, but 26 is a respectable number. Then you go 16 against the Cardinals. It was your defense. You held them to 15 points. The defense won you that game.
Yep.
Against the Rams.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Yeah, for real. Rams,
Goodbye, Moody.
Rams have a good defense, but I mean, you scored 26 in overtime. It was not a bad offensive performance at all. But again, your defense held the Rams to 23. Your defense has been winning you a lot of these games. Mac Jones has done his part, which is kind of a similar conversation we've had about Purdy his entire career. He did his part. Mac Jones, Brock Purdy, kind of the same role. They've done their part. They haven't they've both blown away their expectations because Brock Purdy was Mr. Relevant. Mac Jones essentially became irrelevant.
Yes.
They've both blown away the expectations, but I don't think they've actually performed at an elite level. They've done what they had to do.
I don't know, man. He was pretty elite in those NFC Championship runs against. One year injured where McCaffrey had to literally be our quarterback.
That's fair.
And then the next came down from 24-7 in the NFC Championship against the Detroit Lions. So I mean,
that's fair.
He's been elite. He's had elite moments. He just hasn't had a lot of great luck.
That's fair.
But that's Niners football, man.
Yeah. We'll see very soon who the starter is, man. I don't know. It's
interesting.
It could go
it's
either
interesting.
Way. Let's talk surprising quarterback play some more. Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys have been on a downward trajectory for a while now. They're starting to look better, though. They just steamrolled the Jets. I know the Jets are not a good team. I know everyone's going to come at me saying the Jets suck. Yes, I know, but they steamrolled them. And that was coming off of a tie against the Packers. I don't want to celebrate a tie. I know that's kind of lame. That's very un-American. You just have a tie and you just sit there and say, no one wins. But it's a tie against the Packers.
It was.
In my book, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, where you think you're a really, really bad team this year, because you have been for
arguably
over a year
the best
now,
game of the season.
like, it's awesome game, awesome cinema. And again, you don't lose to the Packers. That's a win in my book. And then you steamroll the Jets. Old Cowboys would not, old Cowboys as in 2024 Cowboys, would not have steamrolled the Jets. Are they contenders at all? Like, Dak Prescott's playing a good brand of football.
Dak Prescott is doing a hell of a lot with
no CD Lamb.
Without
too.
CD Lamb. Jake Ferguson is just
awesome. He stepped up.
He's been great for him. Great safety valve for Dak. George Pickens, like a lot of people, especially for fantasy owners, like were unsure of what he would do for this Dallas team, and he's been filling that role really nicely as far as the CD's been gone. And their defense, I mean, it's all right. It can be better. Yeah. But the main focus is can this team be a playoff contender now? I'm sorry. It's still down horrendous, Cowboys fans. But you've exceeded my expectations. I would
absolutely.
say.
I would say the same thing. I'm not going to say they are not contenders at all. I would be open to that conversation. I got to see a couple more good wins. Not concerned about the offense at all. I do trust Dak. I think he's a good quarterback. When you get CeeDee Lamb back, those weapons are awesome. Javonte Williams is great. It's just it's USC football. It's just USC football. And again, they're playing in a good division as well. They have a strong division. They have strong divisional opponents. I mean, even like the Giants are looking a little better, you could say. So it's going to be tough.
Would you say who would you say is the best offensive? Okay, I don't want to say who's the best quarterback in the league right now, but offensively, who's had the best output this year in the QB space right now? Because I feel like Dak is up there.
Quarterback has.
Because I feel like offensively, Dak has been one of the best.
Dak is up there.
There's not been there's been a lot of mediocre quarterback play so far this season.
I agree. I wanted to say Josh Allen, but I was disappointed this week.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Drake May looked better.
Mays looked good. Like, there's no clear number one, in my opinion, quarterback. So there's just a huge conversation. You can put Goff there. You could put Stafford there, but I think there's an argument to be had if he has so many weapons and they're not clearly the best offense that I don't think you could say Stafford is the top quarterback right now. But there's a lot of guys.
There is.
I mean, Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes, baby.
This brings me to the last question I was going to ask you. Staying on NFL.
No true number one.
There is no clear number one team. It's not just quarterback play. It's number one team. Who's your number one team right now? Who's number one in your power rankings? Who do you not want to play?
It's such a Mickey answer. But it's literally the question itself. There is no number one, so I can't determine who is the team that I really want to run away from. I feel like there's been at least a glaring issue from every single contending team.
I agree. I mean, there's no one that's undefeated. So
no more undefeateds, unbeatables. Thank goodness. That was really annoying last year. When the Chiefs were undefeated for too long.
Way longer than they ever deserved to.
Way too long.
Yeah, no more. 4-1.
4-1 across the board. I mean, call me crazy, but I actually like the Bucks.
It's not. You're not crazy for that.
I like the Bucks from what I've seen from them this year. Emeka Ibuka looks nasty. He looks nasty. Baker loves him. Their defense is still pretty great, and I'd hope to see them in the playoffs this year because I think they can make some noise.
You'll see them.
I mean, the Eagles are an obvious choice, but I mean, I still don't think Jalen Hurts has had that definitive, I'm not a system QB moment this year, and I don't know the Chiefs. It's if you believe in the Chiefs, it's because you believe in history.
Yeah.
There's no this is a Mickey answer, but I don't got one right now, man.
That's fair. I mean, the Bucks are as valid of an answer as you can get. Because here's the thing: every team that's 4-1 or 3-2, if you want to argue a 3-2 team, although I can't think. Maybe the Chargers. Even then, I don't. I think most people would. I think most people would go for a 4-1 team. All those teams, for the most part, have a good win and a good loss. For the Bucks, it's the Eagles. Kept it close with the Eagles. Yeah. Now, you want to argue the Eagles, okay, fine. Well, but they just lost to the Broncos. So it's just a chain reaction. There's no team that's clearly number one. To me, the momentum that the Lions have right now, they lost their season opener. It was a horrendous game. They put up 13 points against the Packers when the Packers were blowing the competition away. Ever since then, they haven't had trouble. Now, they also haven't played the opponents that the Bucks, the Eagles, some of those teams have played. So for me, I want to say the Lions, and I do think they'd be number one in my power rankings. I think they've played the best, but deep down, I know who the best team is, and it's the Eagles. It's the Eagles. I don't trust Jalen Hurts with the 2-minute drill, but I don't think. Well, they obviously can get in a 2-minute drill situation. They just did yesterday. But any team can be in a 2-minute drill because the teams are kind of evenly matched this year. Yeah. Who do I think will avoid it the best? I think it's the Eagles. They're the best team. They just are.
Yeah, that's a good answer to have. I don't blame you. They're still on my radar. Clearly, they've showcased that they're probably gonna make a lot of noise again.
They will.
This coming up in February. So
they've done everything that you can ask at this point, given all the records of a team where they beat a good team and their one loss, they kept it close and it was to another good team. That's the best any team has done this year. No teams are undefeated. I do want to ask one last thing though before we run out of time.
Mm-hmm. Hit me.
So, if it weren't for preseason bias, if it weren't for anything in our heads, and you may know where I'm going with this, would your answer be the Colts?
Oh man.
I mean, there's no reason why. I mean, at the very least, top three.
Daniel Jones is one of those guys that could be in the top 5 quarterback discussions.
Exactly. He could be, absolutely could be.
For the horseshoe, you know what? I'd love to see a Colts run in the AFC. I'd love to see that happen. I don't know how it happens, what order of events or order of operation needs to go, but the Colts, they're not screaming Super Bowl, but they're screaming my interest is peaking right now. And it's I'm wondering how long can they survive, or how much longer can you do it? That's the question.
I was thinking that after 2 weeks, but then their only loss. This is another team again. They have one loss because every team has at least one loss at this point. Their one loss was a good loss against the Rams. It was a road matchup against the Rams too. Rams are a good team. You kept it within a score on the road. The Colts have done everything they've really had to do. This week they just played the Raiders. I know it's the Raiders. The Raiders possibly like the worst team in the NFL.
Shout out Pete Carroll.
They won 40-6. Just because you win 40-6 doesn't mean you're elite, but it does mean you're good. You cannot be a mediocre team and beat any team 40-6.
No, you can't.
Doesn't happen.
You
doesn't
cannot.
happen.
That's absolutely correct. They deserve some praise.
They're really good. They're really good. I mean, they've got some tougher teams up ahead. They got the Chargers in 2 weeks. This week will be the Cardinals. So this week may not show them too much, but hey, play the Chargers. If they beat them there, they're legit. If they end up,
if they beat the Chargers,
6-1 with a win over the Chargers too. This team's good, man.
I hear you, Mr. Chargers. Mr. Chargers fan base here himself.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Colts are interesting. It's an interesting time for the NFL. It's an interesting time.
It
for
really
the NFL.
is.
We'll
It
see.
really is.
Well, that'll do it for us here at the Talk of Droy. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for joining me and Tony and everyone else that came before us. We appreciate you. And we will all be back in about 2 minutes for our D block. Got the whole crew here. Yeah, stay tuned.
Looks like, are we? No. And we
There
are.
we
back.
are.
There we are. All right. So Look at us. There's 4 of us now. That easy.
All
All right.
Fofo in the trap.
Forza. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I wanted to take this moment just to go over a quick little food battle of sorts that Josh and Jude had on Friday.
You know, people say we don't know ball, but we really do know ball. So let's get going with
Yeah,
this.
exactly. All right. First of all, this is going to be a matchup between 2 different types of foods. All right. And you tell me what you guys think. We got Subway versus Jersey Mike's. What's your pick and why?
DNP for me, man. I've never had
That's
Jersey
a
Mike's.
crazy take.
DNP.
DNP.
I never
Listen.
had Jersey Mike's because at this point it would I'd have to say Subway, just because I've had it. I know that there's some Jersey Mike's lovers out there clearly at this table.
Absolutely not. Give it to me Mike's way. Okay. A good Mike's Philly will change your life. That's all I'm saying. Better than Subway.
Oh no, for sure, for sure.
Like,
No,
I'm
J
not-
Mike's absolutely blew Subway out of the water. I mean, you
In a
want
game of 7, what is
dude?
is that a sweep?
Bro, Mike's taking it in
Bringing out
4.
the brooms?
Yeah, Mike's taking it in 4.
Gentleman sweep because Subway has the cookies. They have the cookies.
All right, yeah. But I will say, dude, like you go up to Subway and you're like, let Mike have his way with my sandwich. You can't do that, bro. They're gonna bat an eye to you. But if you do that at J Mike's, bro, they load you up, bro. They load that up with all the oils,
Whoa.
all the spices.
Tell Mike, take it to the back.
For me, it's Subway.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had to say Subway. I think maybe it's just me because of the Jersey Mike's that I've been to. I just never had a good Jersey Mike sandwich.
That's a hot take.
Gotta have
I've
a
never
Mike's
had a
chicken
Jersey.
Philly.
I've
I
never.
like you for not conforming, Christian. I like
There's
it.
never been a time where I've gotten a Jersey Mike sandwich and I didn't think, man, this didn't hit, dude. Like every single time I eat it, I'm like, dude, this is busting. Like this is hitting the seam right now, dude. This is great. I'm taking J Mike's in 4.
Listen, there's a lot of sandwiches I would rather have than both, but
Like what?
Subway. This is a East Coast thing. Capriotti's. I don't know if anybody ever heard of it.
I've heard
No.
of it, yeah.
Yeah, Capriotti's is really, really good. But like I said, East Coast thing. But I'm taking Jersey Mike's.
We
over.
don't. Do we even have good sandwich spots here?
Not really. I was gonna say
Ike's,
like I'm.
Ike's
Ike's is good. Ike's is fire.
First of all,
Like the
fine.
prices is nuts.
You got like
price
Mendocino
is
Farms,
nuts.
bro.
Mendocino Farms is actually pretty good.
Madison,
I'm not
y'all had
Mendocino
the Madison
Farms.
Bumgarner.
You don't like Mendocino Farms?
I just like,
Oh.
it's all right.
I
I'll take
think
I'll
it's
take
pretty
Ike's.
mid,
I'll take
too.
Ike's over Mendocino
No,
Farms.
Ike's is too overpriced.
I
for
will
me.
It's
say-
overpriced, but like their chicken and their Dutch crunch bread is delicious. I'm sorry.
All right.
You see, for me, I'll always go homegrown, a little local sandwich, just like from a local deli. You know, it takes the cake over all these Subway, J Mike's. I think chain delis, it's hard to get the masterpiece going with that. J Mike's does it pretty well, but I think that like those local delis where you see the people going in the back and they're
Yeah.
cranking
agree.
it out.
I
I want
agree.
it that way. Yeah.
I don't like chain delis because like
Yeah.
there's just better ones at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's
Go
my
to New
take.
York,
Better
you
ones
get
at
you a
home.
the Aki way. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There's a deli or not. It's a sandwich shop in El Segundo, and I know they got one in El Segundo, Hermosa Beach. It's called Big Mike's. They have some of the best wings too there too. Yeah, I knew the
Sandwich
owner
shop
for a little bit.
with wings.
Yeah, with wings.
It's a crazy take.
They had pretty good sandwiches.
My interest is
Granted, I haven't been there since I was a kid, but
Peaked.
I remember it being really good. All right, next one
Alright.
is Chick-fil-A versus Raising Cane's.
Dude,
This is
Chick-fil-A.
disrespectful.
Chick-fil-A.
This is disrespectful to Chick-fil-A. This is
Thank
disrespectful.
you.
I agree.
Point proven.
I agree.
Chick,
Chicken 5.
Chicken 4.
Really?
chicken for
Damn,
Chick
I'd go
sweep.
Chick-fil-A
Chick
6.
sweep.
I'd go chicken 6.
6.
I think the Cane's has the toast, the Texas toast.
Okay.
That Chick-fil-A doesn't have. But Chick-fil-A, you got the waffle
Their
fries, you got the
toast-
mac,
their
you got
toast
you
is
got
the
the
bread.
grilled nuggies,
Yeah.
you got everything.
Their toast is Peyton Pritchard. Like that's like their 6 man off the bench who will
bread
shoot
and
a
butter.
half court, buzzer beater, and
Yeah.
you'll just have to deal with it.
And I
Also,
will say,
like-
King sauce really does give Chick-fil-A sauce a run for its money.
Okay, does it though?
No,
but this,
it
this is what I
doesn't.
told
It
Jude.
doesn't.
This is what I told Jude. I said, okay, yes, the sauce is a tough battle, but can you find Cane's sauce in a supermarket like the way you can with Chick-fil-A sauce?
Oh hell no.
Exactly.
Cane sauce?
It's so good with Chick-fil-A sauce that they have its own bottle on the grocery store
Yeah,
shelf.
yeah. You can't just buy cane sauce
can't
off
just
the
buy it,
shelf,
yeah.
dude. They're
I
like
think-
so secret with their recipe and stuff.
I'm not
This
gonna
might be
lie.
big of me, but I think Walmart got one. Like the great value. I swear I seen it.
That's gotta
The
be-
great.
I know.
Hold on.
I
The
know
great,
it says secret sauce.
the
on it,
great
too.
value chicken dipping sauce.
Yes, for chicken fingers.
I've seen that before.
Oh wait,
Maybe
yeah,
it's big
yeah,
bag
yeah,
of meat
yeah.
too.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, Raising Cane's is probably one of the most overrated
Yeah.
chain restaurants.
The biggest issue
Ever.
is the chicken proportions. Like, what's with the inflation with food proportions, man? Like we've gotten it with Chipotle,
obviously.
and I get that it's not a big deal because the chicken's hot and everything like that. But
nice and toasty.
bruh, the three little fingies, that's not it for me.
They also gotten thinner, I think, in my opinion.
They've gotten thinner
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
not,
know.
they're not as
man.
big as they used to be.
All right,
Okay. so
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
for
is
the
a
win.
pretty good team.
Chick-fil-A
Alright.
moves on to the next round.
All right, next one was Starbucks versus Dunkin'.
Bad and worse.
Dutch
NBA
Bros.
TV series.
Dutch Bros.
Yes, but there's none in the area. I mean, I know there's one that's
They're
gonna
gonna build
built
one
near USC.
Yeah, they're gonna build one.
Yeah,
All right.
which let's be honest, is gonna have a block. I mean, a line around the block.
What's more sugary? Like what's
Well, it depends what you order.
like I don't, and I'm saying that in the way that I don't need a bunch of sugar like the way that Dunkin' does it. Like they ask you to like throw in a bunch of stuff that I don't even know what it's doing to taste the way it does. Like sure, it tastes good. I might be saying, oh God, but then eventually I might be like, oh God, because it's
the toilet after
it's like I'd rather have Starbucks, to be honest. Like
Man,
I know it's gross, but like
See, I'm going.
the $8
Dunkin'.
meals.
I'm going Dunkin' because the versatility that Dunkin'
Yeah.
brings to the court. You know, you can get your coffee, but at the same time, you can pull a guy off the bench and grab a donut on the go.
Hey.
You know, you can get that Taylor ham, egg, and cheese on the go. Right?
You
You don't
do.
have that luxury with Starbucks. I also think Starbucks is in terms of coffee, like the quality is just not there for the price.
yeah.
And I've gone to like local coffee shops, cheaper coffee, gives me more of a buzz, gives me more like caffeine rush. I just
You get a
I've never been
breakfast
a fan.
sandwich.
Of,
Yeah,
of
You know,
the
Starbucks
breakfast
crowd.
sandwiches at Starbucks. suck.
Starbucks is a place you go for the aura, for the vibe. You know what I mean? Like you get a haircut, you feeling yourself.
The
Yeah.
Utah.
You go to
aura.
Target, you stop at a Starbucks after. You never drunk Starbucks before, but you're just there in line. You know, kind of I like what you're doing. Like Dunkin' Donuts has the versatility. You could put it at the right tackle position.
Yeah.
Swing it inside. You know,
Bro, swing him out right.
Rashawn
swing him out
Slater
wide,
goes
bro.
down. You put him at the left tackle. He'll give you some service for a couple of games.
Yeah.
Get you some munchkins, a little cup of the
Dude,
munchkins.
Come
on.
Okay, no, I'm going Dunkin'.
I'm going
in 6.
Dunkin'.
Yeah, I'm going Dunkin' in 6 for this one.
I think so too. One thing about Starbucks that I honestly had a pet peeve with them recently is I don't know if you
okay.
guys saw that a lot of Starbucks, especially in LA, were closing. I think it's a nationwide thing and
Yeah.
everything, right? So my
Yeah,
girlfriend
yeah.
used to work for Starbucks this was early when we met. So this was like maybe like 5 years ago before she got like her big girl job now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Horns for the big girl job.
yeah, right. And one of the girls that worked with her at this spot in Santa Monica, she had been working for Starbucks for like 20 years, right? And then in comes this notice when, the stores were going to shut down. You want to know how many days they gave, not just her, but the entire crew before they got like all laid off?
I would hope at least a week.
2 days.
Wow.
insane.
2 days.
Yeah, figure it out, guys.
Yeah. They're like, okay, yeah,
makes
day
sense.
after tomorrow, we're done.
That
We're
is
closing
insane.
up shop.
Y'all are all on.
That makes
point
sense.
after that.
And this girl was working for Starbucks for like 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are pretty despicable when it comes to management. Like, yeah, I have a friend that works at Starbucks, and yeah, if he wants to get a day off, he has to put his hours or like his time that he wants off a month in advance,
Oh,
That's
okay.
insane.
just for a day off.
Wasn't Luden a barista?
Luden was Dylan Luden, our very own barista.
Whipping
He
me up
was,
a
yeah.
coffee.
Give me
Yeah.
a cake pop.
That's what I was gonna say to Logan's point when he said you bring off the bench a donut, right? What are you gonna bring off the bench if you pick Starbucks? A cake pop?
Dude, a cake
cake
pop that's
pop.
been
Cake
there
pop.
for 3 weeks in
Hey.
the same
I will
container.
say,
Pup cup though.
I'm gonna give y'all a drink.
For if you have dogs owners
Oh, the
out
pup
there,
cup? Okay,
the pup
alright,
cup
alright,
is
alright.
it's that's
The strawberry acai lemonade.
Yeah, no, that's gas.
That's-
2 pumps of raspberry syrup.
Oh, blended. You ever had that?
It's a little
Is it
fruity.
blended?
It's a little fruity because
Hey.
you're walking around with a bright pink drink.
Hey,
bro.
man. Hey, man. we're confident in our masculinity, okay?
Yo, is that like progressive?
It's all
dude?
about-
Is that
Yeah.
like-
You know
It's all about the tasty drinks.
I guess, yeah.
the machos, dude.
But to be fair,
Performative.
Dunkin' also has their tasty drinks.
The
They're
refreshers.
not on the level.
Only
that
thing I'd be
Starbucks
getting
on,
is
though.
their $8 meal deal.
Wait, Grayson, which is that?
I said they're not on the level that Starbucks is on.
That's
though.
true. Yeah,
telling you.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not
I
as
feel like
popular as a
like
Starbucks.
Dunkin' matcha is pretty mid. You know.
Dunkin' has
Well,
matcha.
yeah,
Exactly. See, that's
That's
the
news
whole.
to me, bro.
I've
Don't
never
drink
heard of
it.
somebody going to Dunkin' and say, "Can I have a matcha?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Starbucks
That
on
matcha is the
top.
green goo from South Park.
Ooh.
Don't.
Nasty. Okay, next was Mexican versus Japanese food. Now,
Mexican.
I gotta reiterate something here, which me and Sam, who were behind the glass on Friday, Josh and Jude. For those of you guys that didn't know, Josh and Jude, they both studied abroad in Rome. Right now, they said that in their first week or two in Rome, you want to know where they went, and keep in mind you're in Italy, Rome.
I know what exactly happened.
Yeah, he knows.
I know.
They went to a Japanese restaurant. So Sam and I are dying in the back because we're like, dude, you're in Rome, Italy.
Bro, you got the
In
best
Rome,
Italian
Italy.
places. You got the birthplace of pizza over
And
there.
you go to
what are you
eat
doing?
sushi.
What are we doing, Jude?
Tony, what's going
my
on?
God.
There's a lot of emotions. I've been to Italy myself.
Did you get
so
Japanese food when you were in Italy?
No, I can't
Alright.
say I did that.
All right, because I was in Italy for a week this summer. I never once got
I-
Japanese food out there,
Like,
bro.
I get you might be tired of Italian food once
All
you've
the
been there for a
carbs.
while, but the first stop,
The only
Heinous.
thing that
Get
pops
back
in
on
my
the
mind
plane.
right now is the Patrick Ewing meme. Have you ever shot that shot before? like, what makes you think you should take that shot?
We were cracking up because we just couldn't believe it. You go to a great place like Rome, Italy. So many.
I don't trust the soy sauce in Rome, Italy.
Exactly.
I don't know. That could be malt vinegar. Like,
Not only that, but like I was talking to some of my roommates and like they made a great point. Like the Korean barbecue in LA, for example, and I'm sure it's probably the same with other food and other cuisine, is some of the best in the world. Like when these KBBQ chefs make it in Korea, where do they want to go? They want to go to LA. So it's like you have like LA in terms of culturally, in terms of food wise, it is it's definitely up there, right? So you go to school in LA, you've got all these you got Din Tai Fung, everything out here, and you study abroad in Italy, and you get a whole new world of restaurants and food and everything in between that you've never had. And you go back to good old reliable with Japanese food. That's insane. That is actually insane.
no calzones,
No croissants.
no croissant. Like,
Bro, at least get some
no
European food, bro.
caprese.
Get some like Greek
Like,
food. Get gyros, bro. Like
some
at least
cashew
that's like kind
pepe.
of close,
Yeah.
bro.
Come on.
slacking on
Japanese food in Rome.
But then there goes Jude and Josh over to Trader Joe's getting frozen Italian food, probably.
Great.
All right,
But
so back to the
regardless,
Oh,
yeah.
we're going off tangent. Sorry, I had to bring that up. Mexican, Mexican, Japanese.
Mexican or Japanese? For me, I'm probably a little biased, but I got to go Mexican food. It is by far one of the most universal foods. I think it might be the most plug and play food out there.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Durant, baby. You can put it anywhere, any time of the day. You can have Mexican food anywhere you go. You could feel like you're up for some damn Mexican food.
You could have Kevin Durant anytime.
You
Of the
can,
day. Pause. But yes, no, I agree.
Slim
Mexican
Reaper.
food. Yeah, right. No, that's my very unbiased side saying that yes, Mexican food is superior because there's so many different iterations of Mexican food.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone that's from Oaxaca who has amazing dishes. And you guys got to try some at home. But yeah, I mean, you could do something simple as a quesadilla to something more complex. You got very popular dishes like birria now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my
Trader Joe's sells it.
God.
There's so many things you can do with it, and I think it's just utterly
one of the best
delicious.
seasoned foods in general. Too.
That too.
I didn't go into deep East LA, but I went into the, you know, the territory, like the bridge. You know what I mean?
Ball Heights.
Yeah. Got some birria tacos.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember the name?
No, it was like this little
Gatekeeping.
Listen, man, you can't food that's so good.
Dude,
you just
some-
don't.
No, yeah, you don't remember.
Yeah,
bro.
it gives you a
you're
it gives
just
you a
so in the
coma.
moment,
It's-
bro.
It was this little like section, and then it had like a lot of pop-up stands and everything like that. And so we went, and I got 3 birria tacos, got the lime, the cilantro and onions.
Do you remember how much?
It was around like $10, $12.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They sold birria ramen.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
a thing here.
I was like, I can't do that.
Well, welcome East Coast.
I would have passed out. I would have passed out right there. So, yeah, but those, I'm going Mexican. Now, I don't want to change the convo, but if you said Chinese food,
Oh,
I might have had to switch my pick.
really? Over Mexican food?
Yeah, I just, listen, East Coast Chinese food.
Dude, Chinese food, like every
Oh,
time
my
I
goodness.
get home from like a ball game or something, I'm like, Mom, we got food at home. About to order Chinese. I'm like, yes, dude, let's go.
Chinese food is very good. I guess to play devil's advocate for the Japanese food lovers out there, like teriyaki chicken is a gift from God.
It's pretty gosh
It's
darn
pretty-
good.
And sushi as well. Miso soup's delicious. I probably will say, oh man, I'm forgetting the food. It's basically like a fried pot sticker, but
Gyoza?
gyoza.
Yeah.
Gyoza's delicious. I'd say, yeah, if you were out having a date in this scenario where you gotta like impress your lady, like
Take it to Din Tai Fung.
Japanese food might be the mood. So like in certain settings, you can win Japanese food.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm like, my buddies give me crap for being a very picky eater, and they say I've got the palate of a 5-year-old in terms of what I eat, which is true because on a daily basis I consume probably 2 boxes of mac and cheese and a box of pizza bagels every single day. But with that being said, Mexican food definitely fits my realm a lot more. You know, that's way more. That's like my system quarterback right there, without a doubt. You know, I'm not gonna throw Lamar into the Bill Belichick system because that's not gonna work. But when you got Tom Brady in there, oh yeah, you're going with your gut right there. And like you said, bro, I can rip Mexican food pretty much at any time of the day. Like I'll just be walking near campus, and that's what I love about like LA is just like all these pop-up like Mexican spots. You got the Al Pastor, all that stuff with the ham there and like the pineapple on the side. It is phenomenal. And like I said, I'll be walking and it'll be like 12:30 and I'll just smell it and I'll be, dude, this would hit right now.
Yeah.
And it's like a guilty pleasure. I'll turn around and be like, oh, you know what, screw it. I'll get 3 tacos for $9. That's not bad.
There's a spot in. I first tried it when I was in San Diego. They only have it in San Diego and Vegas, and I recently had it when I went to Vegas. Was it like two weekends ago? It's called Tacos El Gordo. Some of the best asada ever, and the tortillas are handmade right then and there.
Oh, so you're seeing them just straight in the woodwork,
They-
grabbing
yeah,
those
they-
tortillas,
they-
tossing
Right
them
at
on.
the ripe time of 4 in the morning in Vegas time.
Exactly.
Probably, yeah.
That
That's
probably
probably when you get a meal like that.
And they
Cloud
put this dollop of. It's not even guacamole. It's literally just like mashed avocado,
yeah.
and they just spread it all over the taco. Amazing.
It's like,
Amazing.
yeah. Now that's fair too, because I don't like my guacamole like hella like
Like
liquidy.
liquidy?
Yeah, like I need some consistency, a little chunk, a little chunkage.
All right. Well, in this last minute, let's go best burger right now.
All
And instead of going 2, let's go best burger joint that you can think of.
Okay, bottom, whatever the rankings are, bottom of the list has to be Burger King. Sorry, Burger King fans, I
It's
hate
in the
Burger
name, bro.
King.
What do you
It
mean? What do you
sucks.
mean?
It
Burger
is
King was slept
terrible.
on.
Burger
Slept
King.
on.
What's
How
so
are you
bad about
still?
it?
How are you not bankrupt? How are you not?
It's in the name, bro. There's no way you could mess up a burger.
They
that
are
bad if
good
it's
They
in the
are,
name.
It's
they are
not.
one of the worst, most disrespectful to the names of hamburgers ever.
What is it about Burger King that sucks?
It is every time I go on a road trip and I see
Seems personal, dude. This seems personal.
and I see the few options that are given to me. Carl's Jr. Nah.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah, Del Taco. No.
It's,
Yeah, Jack Box makes me queasy. Burger King, I'll give you a chance.
Good old BK. Get that.
Ugh, dude, it's so bad. The ranch is terrible. I'm a big ranch guy, and their burgers in general, the thing that you're advocating for is your thing sucks. Like, they mess up the char flavor burger, which is their thing, and Habit, who granted is a lot pricier, does it phenomenally better. I will go as to say that Habit is the best burger.
That's a crazy take.
That is my take.
Habit burger.
I gotta appreciate the size of a Whopper.
Your habit's good though.
Habit is good. No, yeah, nobody's taking away from Habit. Habit is good. I've actually had a Habit. It's really good. But I gotta appreciate the size of a Whopper compared to even a Big Mac.
Amen.
Yes, that's
I'm
true.
not gonna lie. If you're
Preach.
eating a Big Mac in 2025, wrap it up.
I'm a,
Put the fries in the bag.
Rev
I gotta-
up those fryers.
low key crazy hot take, but Burger King better than McDonald's.
I don't think that's out.
As
No.
much
Like
as-
burgers
as much
or-
as I don't
Like
really
burgers.
like McDonald's like
Okay,
that. Burger
I
King
will.
is still-
I will
Burger-wise,
take a
maybe,
burger.
yeah.
I will
Burger,
take a
yes.
Whopper.
Fries, yes.
I
Burger
will.
King fries, low key the best fries in the game.
That's
Whoa.
Right now.
No,
What is Grayson
absolutely
smoking back
not.
I'm not gonna
No.
lie. Drug test him.
I'm not believing a place that I guess this is not their thing, but like their chicken sandwiches are freaking vertical hot dogs, and their melt burgers that they advocate every year is
Don't
really
hate the player,
good.
hate the game, bro.
It's-
Hey,
What
man.
about,
Terrible.
nobody's talking about the Halloween burger that they rolled out with.
Yeah,
that one
bro.
time.
Bro,
With the
that
black
was
bun?
that was
the
crazy.
most popular that they've ever been was the Spider-Man burger.
Pretty patties. Listen.
Okay, what ranks up after Burger King?
Like the next tier,
Sure.
I'll give it to McDonald's low key, and then after that I would say Jack in the Box, and then after
Those Jack tacos.
yeah the tacos
Something about the Jack tacos.
like that's
I've never had
It's
Jack in
very
the Box in my
satisfying.
life.
What?
Yeah, no,
Never had Jack in the Box in my life.
it's great
Oh my god.
at a certain time of the night, but
Yeah.
Okay.
but
when the demons.
So
are
like if it's like for
towering over you.
breakfast,
Yeah.
breakfast don't you're better off going to
Yeah,
like
Dude, I
McDonald's,
remember
man.
they were, or was it Arby's? Or it was either Arby's or Jack in the Box. They released like the Hangover Cure Burger with Alex Earl, and I was just like the marketing's there, but just like the thought is just so
If it's
not
Arby's,
there.
no.
Like a greasy burger after you've been drinking all night.
yeah
Just to just
it's-
to cure the hangover, bro. That's gonna put me 5 miles deeper into the
Yeah,
hole.
no,
Yeah,
I-
first of
Arby's
all,
is
you
just good for the
never
fries.
eat anything greasy before or after you're
No,
drinking.
no,
never
that's
do
a
that.
recipe for disaster.
I said my goat. What is your guys' goat? Is it Five Guys?
No, hell no.
Okay.
I absolutely despise the idea of Five Guys being above any burger chain out there. What you
Whoa.
want to drop $50 on a burger?
That's
Wait,
that's
Five
hold
Guys,
mid?
no, inflation did hit Five Guys big time.
Yeah,
It hit-
but
it hit Five Guys big
Can we
time.
talk about the burger though?
And the free
Great
peanuts you
burger.
get,
The
too.
burger.
Phenomenal burger.
It is
It's a
solid
good burger.
It's not bad.
Now it's a price you
It's
have to
not.
pay.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be feeling like I'm gonna be feeling fulfilled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go to In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's my goat.
In-N-Out's the
In-N-Out,
best
yeah.
bang for your buck burger.
I
For
tell my
sure.
girlfriend every time we have like the debate of I don't know those of you that have a girlfriend when
Oh,
when
wow.
the
Yeah,
question comes up.
Damn, I feel targeted now.
I'm sorry.
Let's talk ball, man. You and I celebrated.
I'm saying
Those of you who had a girlfriend.
That is my sign. Adios.
National Boyfriend Day.
I'm saying we always have this debate where it's like what do we want to eat, right?
Yep.
And I always tell her I'm like In-N-Out is probably the one place that I'm like I could eat at any point of the day at any time. I've gone with my coworkers at like 10 in the morning when it opens
Yeah,
because it hits
it does.
at any point.
I will say this past weekend, for the first time in my life, I had a Shake Shack
Yes,
burger.
I was waiting. Yes.
Shake Shack burger and
S tier burger. S tier burger.
Yes.
Is it because of the smash beef, like
Yes,
smash
dude.
burgers?
It's the way that they do it, man. It's just
I don't know what it is.
so good. The smash burger, the very soft bun, the melted cheese. You get baking on it. You could throw on barbecue sauce. You could throw on the ranch. You could throw on the Shake Shack sauce, the shake sauce, everything in between.
There's
bro.
good burgers
I am
at Shake
literally
Shack I do
foaming
not
at the
like.
mouth.
But
just
the
thinking
thing
about
is,
it.
like
mushroom
Shake
one?
Shack.
No, it's got like peppers in it. I don't
Oh,
know.
the smoke.
Oh, the smoke
smoky
shack.
That one?
Shack.
Okay, yeah, I hate
That one's
one.
fun. What?
I hate that one. I'm sorry.
hot take.
tastes like armpit.
Hot take though.
no,
Shake Shack
but
don't.
I just don't like it.
Man,
I feel like Shake Shack's not worth the price, in my opinion. It's
It's
low
not.
key
Shake Shack
tax.
and-
it's less egregious than Five Guys. though.
Yeah, that's true. I would take like if you're telling me right now I'm on my deathbed, I get one last greasy ass burger in my system. You already know I'm going with the Shake Shack. I'm going Shake Shack, and I'm not thinking twice about it.
That's your like final meal.
Nah,
Selection.
it's probably mac and cheese, dude, or pizza bagels. Going back to the OG,
fair.
not like Casey's corn dog or anything, but like for me, it's if I'm getting, I don't eat out very often. I'm not a big fast food kind of guy. Like I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I had McDonald's or Burger King for that matter. But if I'm going out, like the few times I do eat out, And when I drive past a Shake Shack every single time, I'm like a kid in the window driving past McDonald's. I'm like, my eyes are just peeled.
That's fair.
Okay, last meal. What would it be?
Death row meal.
Death row meal.
Death row meal, man. Mickey answer, but my mom's tacos. Like home cooking.
Hey man, you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that.
Like, yeah, she makes some of the best food that I've ever had in my life. Yeah. Besides that, low key, throwing like, just cause throwing like the spiciest Nashville fried chicken sandwich that you can give me right before my deathbed, and let me see if
No
I can
blazing
handle it.
challenge for you.
Yeah, final dab and everything on top.
He
of
wants
it.
the heat before the actual heat.
Yeah, no, they're gonna. I'm gonna ask for them to turn on the jets on the euthanization machine. So
That's crazy.
after that, so yeah, home cooking is my
Yeah,
answer.
I was gonna say like if for one home cooked meal, my grandfather's curry chicken with beans and rice. Oh
Damn.
my gosh! Also making oxtails like for Thanksgiving. We don't even have regular.
That was a Dominique special, remember?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah,
Yeah, she would always vouch for oxtails. Yeah.
It's just oh my goodness, oh my god.
Sounds breathtaking.
Oh
dude.
my
breath is
God.
away just
like
thinking about
oh
it.
my goodness.
I've never tried oxtails.
What?
You need
Oh
to
my
go
God.
try it right now.
Let's go.
You got a
But-
spot, we'll go.
If I had to choose like something
Chef's
I had
kitchen.
to buy, we have this spot back home called Great Wall Kitchen. General Tso's chicken with chicken fried rice. The best Chinese food I've ever had. Best Chinese food I ever had. And I'm sorry, it's nothing like a good takeout Chinese. And they don't even deliver. The best takeout Chinese is the one that you have to go
you can't
inside,
yeah.
pick up, and take
They
it home.
know.
No
They know
easy
their
way
worth.
outs,
Yeah.
bro. No easy way outs.
Yeah.
Logan, what's yours?
All right. Well, I would like you guys got me feeling sentimental. You know all this stuff.
I didn't mean to set the tone for that, by the way.
So yeah, I mean I'll go two things. I'll start off with like my mom's home cooked breaded chicken. It's like the same style that you'd have chicken parm with. It is phenomenal. I've been having that since I was a child. It started like my grandmother would make it for me and then my mom, and now it got to the point where like when I get back from this, I'm gonna lift and then I'm gonna make the chicken later tonight. So I'm literally thinking about it. It's in my mind. So you know. And if I'm on my deathbed, right, I'm going to town, bro. I'm feasting one last time. So yeah, you're gonna throw in
Go big.
You're gonna throw in a 12-ounce prime fillet in there for sure.
Oh man.
Probably some mashed potatoes, a little bit of mac and cheese, maybe throw some lobster mac and cheese in there. Pizza bagels for sure.
Pizza bagels.
Yeah, for sure. And then we'll throw some ice cream in at the very end. We'll get a little like Pizookie, one of those from like BJ's, dude. Those are great.
Ever had one of those?
BJ's like brew house and
Yeah.
we
Dude, the Pizookie, the pizza
Yeah,
cookie.
I never had a
dude, those-
Pizookie.
Oh, dude.
Where's the nearest BJ's?
Culver City.
It is, dude. It's literally it's in the skillet, bro. So the skillet's hot. If you touch it, you're gonna burn your finger off. So like you got to be careful, bro. You're maneuvering around.
It has the ice cream
outside,
on top,
and
right?
You got the ice cream on top as it melts.
You got to get the perfect scoop of ice cream.
Dude.
The
Yeah.
s'more. Which flavor one?
I mean, I'm a generic guy. I like
You know
chocolate
what?
chip. Yeah,
White
yeah,
chocolate macadamia, baby.
But the s'more, I've had the s'more ones. The
That's my
s'more
death
ones,
right
the
there.
s'more one's good too. So yeah, like I'm going out on top for
I'll
sure. dude. I
propose
will
at a
have, like,
BJ's.
5,000 calories.
They used
on
to
my
have cheese
deathbed.
curds, and I really hate that they took them out of the menu. They were delicious. Maybe that was.
I'm getting married at a BJ's. We're having BJ's.
Bro, you got me
catered
feeling
at a-
some type of things about my death row meal, dude.
For me, it's got to be some southern barbecue. Give me some barbecue ribs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some barbecue ribs, some beans, some cornbread. Go to Lucille's, get that big rack, you know. Oh, dude, that's
the biggest.
Dude, a
rack.
southern barbecue would really hit.
Yeah. As my last meal, yeah, I'm going out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brisket, some barbecue chicken, all that.
Texas toast, yeah.
All right. Well, while our lives are not coming to an end, this show is coming to an end.
Yes.
Yes.
Womp,
All right.
womp.
Just like that. But stick around because Wednesday's crew is back, and then we have another Friday show this week. But as for the Monday crew, that's it. We are done here. Christian, Logan, Ashton, Tony, signing off on the Monday show. Peace. hope there's some meals